Welcome everyone to the long haul. We call it the prediction video. The what is this, Joseph? The third time we've done this, fourth time?
It's going to be the probably the third or
Third.
fourth time. Yeah,
Cool. So we added Miles with Marty this year. He has the podcast Miles with Marty. If you haven't listened, go ahead and listen. And then we got Joseph Fuller with Skunk Ape. Uh, is that the name of the race director company?
yeah. Skunk
I
Ape
know
Events.
you got the Tampa Bay 100. You got what's the one that goes across the land bridge?
That'd be the 100 mile, 50 mile.
The 100. And what's the name of
Okay,
it?
yeah.
Is it the
Oh,
Skunk
just
Ape?
Skunk
Okay.
Ape 100.
Yep. And then all the ones in the green swamp. And then of course we got Andy Crew Matthews, our race director for long haul. He can't figure out his camera, so we're gonna put a picture of him up in there. So we are excited. We are almost 8 days away. Anybody look at the weather yet for the race?
every single day.
It's looking great. The weather's looking
Hey,
great.
yeah, it is.
It, it's going to warm up a little. We're going to have highs in the lower 70s, which I know that makes the people coming from out of town happy. Makes us happy too. Uh,
Yeah,
and it's just looks like the best weather we've ever had.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and the other good thing is from now until that day, the highest percentage of rain is like not even 40% for any day. So surely there won't be any monsoons.
Now we put the tarps down. I, a freighter of is also just in case. So we're ready. It does rain, but they better not.
So what Andy just
Those are
said,
lies,
they
by the
put a
way.
giant tarp over Colt Creek State Park to keep the water out.
Yeah, we bought 17 miles worth of tarps, and we put those all down.
All
So,
right.
The,
yep.
uh, so anything on the course you want to tell us about, Andy?
It's not the same course as last year. Just for as much mud and water as people went through last year, it would have been worse if we had used the original course that we laid out. My good friend Ben Power and I and the Tush runners last year set up a marvelous course, which we couldn't use because of all the rain. There would have been waist deep water in there down on the yellow trail, so we didn't use that section on the I guess it would be the east side of the yellow trail.
Yeah,
This it is pretty there every day, every day, and the courses we're going to use that we intended, and I think people will be very thrilled with that. The difference is this year they'll use the entire yellow trail and go through group camp twice. There'll be a mat near group camp, kind of hidden, that runners will hit twice. We had a couple of suspects that we had to DQ because their times were not consistent going through the group camp. But this year we have a mat down there that they'll have to hit twice. So they're going to use the whole yellow trail, 5.2 miles between aid station 1 and 1A. And then also after leaving boots or saddles this year, which is aid station 2, which they will hit at, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and tell you where the aid stations are. The first aid station is at 3.9, and then you'll hit that aid station again at 9.3.
9.3.
Then boots or saddles aid station is at it's at 14.
You had it in the email you sent out the other day. I think it was. I think it
It's
was
at
on the course.
14.8. Excuse me, that's the mat. Yeah. Uh, okay, 14.6 is the aid station to boots or saddles. So you'll have aid station at 3.9, 9.3, 14.6, and then which is at
At the group, and then what was it, 9, and then boots and saddles which will be out there around 14. I didn't hear what he said the full loop was.
He said 14.6, and then I think he said 16.75 for the
16.
full.
Okay, and that would break it down to 100 miles on
Yeah,
that.
so that would make it a little over about 100.5, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
16.67, I think, is exact 100.
Uh, it's not like the one. It was the one year we were all calculating halfway through the race. We're like, we're gonna be over by 6 miles. When the chatter on the race course, on the old course, was everyone's like, we're gonna be over, we're gonna be over, and we finish a loop, and there's a sign that says you don't have to do the last spur on your last loop. So, so we were able to cut out, and we ended up, I think, at about 103 miles. So those are bonus miles. Those are bonus miles you don't have to pay for. Um, Andy does not charge you extra for them, so we are pretty excited. Um, Andy, you back yet? We're missing him.
All
So
right, I'm back.
there
There
you
he
go.
is,
All right.
Yeah. So,
better than ever.
yeah, better than ever.
So we we recapped what you said.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is Boots and Saddle going to be in the same spot?
It is. We were going to move that just because when people make that right turn to go up there, I was afraid they'd be triggered because of the mud. But since it is dry and there's no ruts left there from the Jeep going through there last year,
Yeah.
it's nice and smooth. It's beautiful, and it just we will have to drive on the course less than where we were talking about moving it to.
Yeah.
And honestly, it is more conducive to keeping people on course and making sure no one tries to cut the course.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be back at Boots or Saddles, but the new improved Boots or Saddles.
New improved Boots. I don't know.
So the part that I didn't hear in when you were talking about it, Andy, is the section that we missed last year. So that
Mhm.
falls between aid station 1 and 1A.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you'll use the entire. There's not an out and back. It's not a turnaround.
Right.
Uh, it's a full loop down there in the Yellow Trail. You'll get to enjoy all 5.2 miles of the Yellow Trail.
So you start out going the same direction from like you
Yes,
come through
yes,
there the same way. You
yeah.
just
But where you
instead
hit
of
the
turning
mat,
around at the road, you
yes,
keep going.
yeah. Instead of turning around, you'll go across the park road there
Right.
and cross the street and enter the Yellow Trail again. And I think it's marker 75 or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, so the old mat, you go back, you take a right on the road, and then you take a quick left, and then that brings you
Yes,
out.
that is correct. Yes, that's correct.
And that-
Great.
Good deal. We
Good
were
deal.
excited.
Yeah. People will love it. They won't like it. They will lie. I'll love it.
I love it. Um, Andy, I saw in the email something about Pacers. Is it a little different than last year?
Um, I can tell you what it is this year after Loop 3.
Okay.
So you can have a pacer for a full 50 miles, and then guys like me that are 60 plus, you can have a pacer the whole time, but only one pacer at a time. Okay. So, I mean, if people want to run the last uh, half mile, if you've got three,
Oh,
four
yeah, yeah.
people that they want to run the last, they want to walk out to the road and run in with them, that'd be great. That's fantastic. But other than that, one pacer at a time. Uh, Old people like me can have many time, 59 or younger after Loop 3. Also, trekking poles. Trekking poles. We do. I've had a few people ask. People can use trekking poles after Loop 1. Okay, we don't want trekking poles on the first loop because they'll be a little bunched up with 300 runners. But after Loop 1, if anybody wants to use trekking poles, they're welcome to. And again, for us aging runners, sometimes they do help. I used them across Florida, even though there were no major mountains
No,
on
it
that
makes a
course.
difference.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So Fuller, when you hit the road when you're about to finish, I'll be there to finish with you.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that happens.
Not going in with much confidence.
Hey, Joe Fuller's one of my dark horses. I think he's going to win.
Right. He's going to win the podcaster race this year.
I think so. I think so.
Here we
I
got
don't know. I've only been doing maybe 16 miles a week, if that.
how many podcasters do we have running?
Oh my gosh.
I know we have, if we can still count, Joe, have you done any podcasts? Did you do any in 24, Joe?
Yeah, this one.
That's right.
One or two.
So that counts. So me and Joe and the other Joe, at least.
Is
Yeah, the other Joe, Jamila Dunnelly, Dr. Jamie.
is
She's out there.
is Joe Miller running?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you got Simon.
Simon, that's right.
Simon,
Simon's a podcaster too.
Yeah.
All right.
He'll win.
Man, well, he's got me for sure. He'll do sub 24, I'm sure. So
He posted that he ran it. His fastest 100 last year was jackpot in Vegas, and I think it was like 21 something. So we'll see. I'm hoping he goes a little bit faster than that this year. You know, faster
yeah,
than he just posted. He's on YouTube running with Simon. He just posted his Tour de Gans.
Tour de Jean. Tour de Jean.
Yeah, Tour de Jean. Holy.
Yeah, I watched yesterday. I had a 90-minute power walk to do, and it was freezing cold here, so I did it on the treadmill at the gym, and I watched about 50 minutes of it. Then
I think there's two. What I didn't realize was one of the other runners, Jason Kumlin, who's going after his fifth. He did
going
that
after his
race
fifth,
this year, too.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, we have 9 of you people, including Mr. Iosa, going for number 5.
All right.
Yeah, I know. We have. Hopefully, everybody will do it, and then we'll have to order new 500-mile buckles.
Do you have 9 of them?
We do have 9. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to be the first one out of the group done. So
Man,
maybe I'll be finishing my 4th lap about the time that he finishes. That way I can help him celebrate.
That's a heck of a good goal there, Marty.
All right, Fuller, you ready for trivia?
Oh man, I'm always ready for trivia.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so for this year's Long Haul 100 trivia, unlike the previous years, we'll be going over the course, some history, geography, and some math.
The math.
So yeah, we got to change it up, So it's 5 questions. 2 questions are multi-part. Because Jeff told me 5 questions, so I was able to cheat and put different parts in other parts of the question.
Yeah, but then I realized if I miss one question, that's a low B. That's like a B minus.
Hey, there we go. So question number 1, and this is a 3-part question. So the Long Haul 100 is well known for being a flat course. So part 1 of this question is, does the Long Haul 100 course have more elevation gain or loss?
Whoa.
I know the answer to that.
It would be 0.
Yeah, it's a loop, so it's got to have the same. I don't,
I'm going to say more gain than loss.
I don't know.
Marty would be correct. It does have more gain. Barely.
But that's not possible. It's a loop.
I just had a wild guess. What can I say?
All right. I mean, I'm looking at my today. I ran it today. Okay. And sure enough, these numbers are huge, right? Total ascent, 217 feet. Total descent, 183 feet. So yes, more ascent. So that's in 16.75 miles, 217 feet of ascent to 183 of descent. So yes, all right.
Now that was for one loop. That was concerned
loop.
Now, because when I saw that you advertised like 187 feet or something like that, I thought that was for the whole 100 miles. So
no, man, that's perfect.
I'm going to have to defer now. That's way too much. Well, I mean,
I guess people better break out those poles.
I do have 745 feet of gain, for the whole race, 909 feet of loss for that.
Wow. That was a different course, though.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's this one.
I'm
Wow.
going off the Garmin Connect, the you know the
Yeah, this is,
map that's posted on the website.
yeah, this is off of my I'm going off of right there. I don't know where it is. There it is, right there. So that's off of last year's course.
Oh, yeah.
That's last year's course. Yeah, different course this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. You're right, Marty. It was, yeah,
Got the yellow loop.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because part 2 of that was, do you know what the elevation gain is for the 100 miler?
Well, let's see, 217
So that would be
times.
about 900.
I'm going to cheat. 217 times 6, 1,300 feet.
So according to Garmin, the Garmin Connect, it's 1,249 of ascent and 1,245 of descent.
Wow.
Holy shit, Andy, you doubled the vert on this race this year.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So we have a
So now we couldn't really blame you last year for the mud, but we can blame you for the hills this year.
Oh my gosh, if you find a hill,
well, that's perfect because that is my part 3. So for the final part of this question, at what point does the long haul 100 have its greatest amount of climbing? The peak of the course, as you could say, the peak.
oh my goodness.
I'm gonna say the section we didn't get to run last year on the yellow loop.
I'm going to say when you go through the group camp at about mile 4 and you go down about a mile and then you turn to the right or down this canal bank.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to agree with Marty. When you go up on the berm
Uh,
Yeah. That seems like a little bit of a climb
6.0,
there.
the berm 6.0. It's a very short
Yeah.
berm, Joe, and there's no sand on that berm, but it's a berm. When you climb up onto that berm, which is where I saw the gator today and posted the picture of the gator.
So yeah, right where you hang a right to go down the
Yeah,
canal bank.
yeah, that's what I'm saying too, Marty.
So between mile 9.48 and mile 10.29, the course goes from 118 feet to 149 feet.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
So that would be on the yellow loop.
That would be on the no, that's
oh no, it's right after.
that's when you leave the yellow loop.
Oh
The
wow,
yellow
that's
loop.
like the most runnable section there too.
Yeah, yeah, that's on that's that Garmin. I'm not so sure about this Garmin.
Hey, Andy, can we get a sign out there this year that says Mount Long Haul?
Let's call it Mount Fuller since he discovered it.
Yeah.
But
We
the
can
highest point of the course.
yes.
Skunk Ape
But
Mountain.
I'm putting that sign where Marty and I think it should go.
Check
That's
out the
gonna be
view.
at mile, let's see, 4, 3, that's about mile 7 is where that
Yeah,
is.
that's right. Because you go through that kind of field first before you hang that right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So question number 2. On the long haul 100 course, there are 5 bodies of water on the course, but only 4 of them have names, not including the Withlacoochee River. What are they called?
Oh,
Well, I can name a few of them, but should I let you guys have a crack at it?
I have no clue.
Colt Creek Lake.
No, it starts at Mac Lake.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
then you go the next one is Gator Creek, and you'll go around Meadowmark Pond, and those are the only 3 that I know the names of.
Oh, I didn't even know the names of those 2. I've got Mac Lake, Middle Lake, Little Lake, and the Colt Creek itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got one right. I think I called it Cold Creek Lake.
I could have at least got that one. Dang.
Colt Creek.
So you got Mac Lake, then you go by Middle Lake, and then what people think is Colt Creek is actually Gator Creek. and then Metal Mark Pond you go around as well. So
All right.
there's 4 of them.
Noted.
So question number 3. For the Long Haul 100 course at Coal Creek, the ecosystem is primarily mesic flatwoods and home to an endangered habitat for what plant?
Ooh.
Well, with you guys around, I'd say that hemp is probably endangered.
So the longleaf pine, which is considered an endangered species or an endangered habitat by the
Wow.
International Union for Conservation of Nature, the longleaf pine.
Wow.
What do you know?
Never would have thought that.
I wouldn't have guessed it.
'Cause
I didn't guess it.
I feel like they're everywhere, but I guess they're endangered. So here's another tough one. It's a history question. Question number 4. Before Colt Creek became a state park, who were the first 2 official landowners and what did they use the land for?
Mr. Colt and Mr. Creek.
I'm going to say it was used for timber. And let's see. Woo. I don't know who the owners were.
Cattle? Did they use it for cattle?
There's a lot of different things. So prior to 1940, the land was owned by a guy named John Keene, and he used the land to harvest resin from the pine trees, which is, it's a process to get turpentine. And if you didn't know, turpentine was a huge industry in Pioneer, Florida. The kicker of this is it's called the Hurdy system, and then they scar the tree in the V. That resin goes into a Hurdy pot. And around Colt Creek, you can still see the remnants of these Hurdy pots still marked in the trees.
Wow.
So the second owner was the Overstreet family, which local history, that family was known for the infamous Overstreet gang and the shootout that left federal agents dead over on my side of the Green Swamp. They purchased the property for beef cattle production, hunting, and limestone mining.
All right.
And another cool part with that is in the 1960s, the Overstreet family built a single home lodge called Deadhead Lodge. And that lodge today is still out there at Colt Creek.
Really?
No kidding. All right.
That's where you might find some of that hemp because they were some straight up gangsters.
Yeah, they were.
Were they, Fuller, were they involved in the murder cabin over on your side of the swamp?
Oh no, let's see, that's the East Tract.
That's
That's
east.
the old axe murder of like 1918 or something.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So the final question number 5. Now we know Andy and Amy love the furlong, so this is a 2-part question. First is, what is a furlong?
0.125 miles. It's distance used in for equestrian.
Right, so the term dates back to the early Anglo-Saxon times. It originally referred to the length of a furrow in 1 acre of plowed open field, a medieval communal field to which it was divided into strips. The furlong, meaning a furrow length, was the distance a team of oxen could plow without resting.
Very
Okay.
Which is also equal
Oxen.
to 660 feet, 220 yards, 40 rods, 10 chains, and approximately 201 meters.
0.125 miles.
125 miles.
had to break it down.
Unless you're counting by rods and chains. So the final question would be, how many furlongs would it take to run 100 miles?
I know this.
800.
I can't do that. This is where the math comes in.
It's 800.
Is right.
Correct.
Yes, that's
Oh, I
Marty's
correct.
thought you
got
were
it.
just guessing, Marty.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So there's your local history, local trivia for Cold Creek State Park.
All right. Now the bread and butter while we're here. What are our predictions for this year's long haul 100? So hopefully everyone did their research, looked at the list, saw everybody on there. I don't know, want to go around and see what everyone thinks? We'll
Sure.
start with
Yeah, let's
males.
do it, man.
We'll start with the males. So, Fuller, what do you got?
Let's see some top male picks. I'm going to go with Kalo. Got to go with Kalo. He's defending champ. Now he has
Well,
nothing
he's
on Ultra
second
sign up
place last year. He was second place last year.
or second place last year. Yeah, but
Yeah. He won the year before. Yeah.
he's got nothing on long haul since last year. But if you're looking over his Strava account, he's got abs now, and he's knocking out some 7 to 8 minute miles.
Yeah.
He was the one I texted today, and I'm like, Kalo, we're doing a prediction video. How you
Oh
feeling?
man, I got Kalo too because I'll tell you what, that man, when he had the lead for 99 miles last year, and I've never seen a more gracious runner than him. He was did my heart good, and half of it's just me cheering for him. But yeah, I've got him as my winner also.
He's going.
And it's sub 15 hour. I'm predicting sub 15 for him too.
Well,
Me,
he says
me too, Andy. That's what I was going to say.
he says
Yeah.
15 hours if there's mud on the course.
No mud. No mud.
There's no mud. He's going sub 14. So
Sub
Well,
14.
I got him at sub 15. So
I've got him at sub 15. I just wanted to, last year, so it's roughly 4 miles from the start to the group camp, and that's where my crew spot was last year. And he lapped me last year before I made it to the group camp the first time after the first
oh,
loop. After the first loop.
after the
So
okay.
before I got to 20 miles, he was at 40 miles roughly. And that sucker he moved like that for until like the last loop. And then, you know, I guess the wheels fell off a little bit, but
he leaves nothing out there. He says he goes for broke, and he's like, I get it, or I don't.
and I think with the course being like it is, I mean, dude is going to fly. Now there are some other ones in there though. There's some people in there that have some fast times and some hard races that and some fast people, like Jonathan Keir is a really fast guy. Uh
I have
Kalim,
him at number 3.
I've got him listed as well. Also a Skunk
Yeah.
Ape champ, so
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
root
yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Has he done 100 in a while?
who? Which one?
Jonathan.
John,
Yeah, he did Hungryland,
He did 100.
Yeah, he won.
and he was
Well,
sub
that wasn't
24.
this
Yeah,
year. That wasn't
he was
this year.
sub
That was
24.
last year.
Yeah.
But he just did the Bulldog 12-hour, and he was I want to say 73 hours or something like that. And so he's
Oh,
pretty
he put up 68 miles at Bulldog.
68. 68. Yeah.
No, which is good. Really good. And then he just ran that Peace River 50K. He was third overall on that, and there were some pretty good runners out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got Jonathan. On there. Plus, it'll be good. I know he wanted to run this race last year. Didn't he pulled out of the race a couple months before. So I think he's happy to come back and run it. So it'll be good to He's a good guy too. I think I met him at your skunk gate. I want
Yeah.
to introduce myself to him.
I met him down at Dupuis last year, and just a super nice guy. And I think he's trained. I think there's a whole group of them. Lowen and him and Matt Clapper, a bunch of them, I think, run together. So when you run with fast people, it makes you get better.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Who else? Who else we have on there?
Well,
I
is it
have
the year
I
of
have
Eric
Jeff
Kalina?
Iosa in the top
Oh
five.
my gosh.
Iusa.
I have one goal, sub 24. That way I
Oh,
can
All
really?
right.
I want all five finishes sub 24.
Um, let's not sleep on Eric Kalina. I know he's on my side of 50, but he has run 17 hours out there
He ran
at
a
long haul. So
yep, 17:05
Yeah.
in 2023.
yeah,
Um,
so it looks like he's been doing some running. So I actually have Kalo, Eric, and then Jonathan third.
yeah.
That's how I have it broken down.
Yeah,
So
But
Eric.
I think Eric's just consistent, and he's a nice guy. I mean, not that being a nice guy it translates to being a good runner, but it does make me cheer for him harder.
Yeah, it was
I have Eric in fourth. For number two, I've got someone that's named James Ebert out of Georgia.
yep. Yep.
He won the Southern States 200
You did.
this year or last year, and
Cool.
he's got
Yep.
like a 22-hour Georgia Jewel finish, which is I've run the 50 there. That is no easy race.
He won. He won Georgia Jewel.
And so, yeah, on a flat, fast course, some mountain guys don't do well on flat courses, but we'll see. That's who I'm.
We'll see.
And then Arkansas Traveler, he was third with a 1904. So 1904 on a course that has, I forget what Arkansas has. Is it like 12,000 feet of climb or something like that? So, and he's out of Alabama. I had him on my list.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
gonna look him up and I'm gonna and talk to him so I can get some Southern States tips.
yeah, that was impressive. Was this the first year for Southern States?
Yeah, this last year was, yeah, and
So
he
he has
did
the
it
course. He has the course record.
just over 48 hours. I mean, that's
Hey
moving.
Marty, what month is Southern States?
It is March 19th.
March 9th. Okay, gotcha. Might have to put that on my 2026 calendar.
Okay, I'm your crew guy.
It's
All
gaining
right.
it's gaining some traction. All right, so we got Eric on there, John, Kalo, James Ebert. I had
So you want to do dark horses at the very end, or you want to do them as
yeah,
we progress?
yeah. I had a
Okay.
couple others on there to look out for. Rob King out of Ohio. He has an impressive 22 hours at Cascade Crest. That's a course with 23,000 feet of climb. Uh,
Yeah.
he's gonna have a lot less than that on this race, but I mean that's impressive. I mean it's equivalent to Run Rabbit Run, and I ran 35 hours at Run Rabbit Run. It was 13 hours quicker than me, half a day. Uh,
Yeah.
I also noted Brian James out of Georgia, in your neck of the woods, Marty,
Mm-hmm.
had a 721 at Umstead in 2024.
50 mile, 721.
No, the 1721.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know he didn't do 100.
Yeah.
World record.
There was someone I was looking at his times, and it was like 12 hours. And I'm like, for 100, it said 100. I'm like, and then I had to look the race up to see what it was, and it was like a adventure race because all the top time was like 10 hours for it. I'm like, no, that's not a 100 miler. So cool. Did you have
Yeah.
any others? Do you guys have any others on that we didn't mention?
Yeah, I've got some on the dark horse, but on the top five, we've named them all.
Okay. All right. Who's your dark horse, Marty?
My dark horse, I've got Rob King. You mentioned him from Ohio, and then Jonathan Holiday from Georgia.
Okay.
He is Georgia boy. He I think his thing is it's his first 100. So
Yeah.
that would be something, but he in the other distances he's done well. And then that guy up there at the very top of the ultra sign up score, I'm gonna call him that Liam guy, Liam Lazis or Lazar.
Yeah.
He's not run a hundo before, I don't think, but he looks very fast. So if it all comes together for him, he could put up a big number or a little number, depending on how you look at it. So that's my three male dark horses.
You got a dark horse, Fuller?
Yeah, I've got that same. I've got the James Eppert. I'm gonna pull up, throw John Salem in there, another skunk ape guy. He's got some stellar performances. And then I'm gonna go with Aaron. You know, I know
There
he's
you
coming
go.
up. I know he's just coming off just survive 125, but he's been smashing races and progressively just getting better all year.
I have Aaron as one of my dark horses also, and my other one was Marcus King. Marcus King and Aaron are my dark horses.
Nice.
And speaking of just survive, big shout out to freaking Shay Frederick for crushing that course record, man. That's impressive.
Wow. That is impressive. All right, my dark horses. I mean, we didn't talk about him, but I think Jackson. So he's going to do a good race. He's going to be very consistent out there and going to pose for another nice picture to be on the front cover of the long haul. But I'm going with Daniel Bellingham out of Lando Lakes. He trained.
Dan is he's awesome.
Yeah, he's English. He's
Yeah.
always run really well at PTC. He's had a good finish at long haul years ago, and when he trains for something, he just goes all out on the training. He just busts his ass. So, very very nice guy. So that's my darker. I got a good buddy that works with him, so I got to text him and ask him how good a shape Daniel's in this year. So he's a good guy. All right.
Before we move on out of the dark horse, I just want to say, if you don't have to limit it to three, I think the top probably seven guys will be under 18 hours.
Oh, I think
And
so.
so between
I
eight,
agree. Yeah.
between 18 and 20 are some more people like I think Ramon will be there. Running Ninja might be there. Uh, Ramon crushed it at Mike Mikey B's race this year in the summer, the 80 mile hot in the soft sand race. And he hasn't run many hundreds, but he's a fast dude. And he and Ninja, they are beast in their workouts that they do down there in Miami. They run like 20 miles and don't drink any water and stuff like that. They're crazy.
Plus, they got a heck of a crew guy in Mark Burgett. He's crewing
Oh
both
yeah, he's crewing them.
of
Yeah.
them.
So I expect both of those guys to be under 20.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So it'd be cool to. I haven't met Ramon, so it'd be cool. I'm looking forward to meeting him on a packet pickup. So, all right.
Jeff, I was going to go under 18.
Actually, 18 is the number I'm looking at. I'm thinking of 18. The PR, I need to go 17:35. I have to go under 17:35. I just don't know where my fitness is.
Yeah.
Run Rabbit Run just killed me this year. Like I didn't do much
Yeah.
this fall. I bounced back a little bit in December. Had an all right race on Saturday out at Croom Zoom. Got my butt kicked by the females out there. They were running fast out there. I don't know what you did with recruiting this year, but that was you did a good job, Andy. With that
Thank you very much. Yeah.
um, so we'll see. I mean, if everything clicks, I think I can be around 18, but 24 is the number. I'd like to have all five finishes under 24.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I looked up. You know what Harvey did all five of his finishes in? an hour mark, like how many hours it took him to do all 5 finishes. See if you can
Man, all right. Let's see.
90, let's say 87.
That was a trivia question last year.
Yeah, it's right around, uh, between 84 and 90. I don't know, but
80,
it's not
86 hours
germane.
and 86 hours and 30 minutes.
All right, so we nailed it.
Price is Right rules. I don't count though, right?
Yeah.
I went over.
No, you did great. Yeah.
So in order for me to beat him on 5 times, I have to run this race in 2 hours.
Oh, good luck with that one.
Um.
So he would have
Yeah.
well, I assume he has the record for the 5-time finishers. Then.
I think he does. I think I couldn't find anybody else that was even close to him.
Now Andy probably knows this. I don't know if Joe would know this for the trivia question, but so how many 10-timers do we have out there?
Oh, we all know that.
Just one?
Yep.
Just one. Just Tommy G.
Tommy
the next
Brennan
closest.
Now
The next closest
Bernadette is getting
is-
close, right?
Yeah, she's going for number 8 this year. So,
And
right.
Tommy's going after number 13. So
yeah.
I don't think there's much more after that. I think there was someone with 6 or 7.
Now, how many number 5s are there?
We have now.
5 finishes.
Well, this year we have 9 going for the number 5 this year,
And
and I don't know how many we've had overall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other Bernadette's up there with I think 7
16,
finishes. And
Yeah.
and then who's the other one with I think they're going after 8. What's her name? I just had it up.
Martha?
Susan Donnelly's going after 7.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, I mean, third going after his 4th finish is Ryan Jacobson, but he's the only one going after 4. Yeah.
Right.
I've been out there plenty of times.
Ryan's a warrior.
Yeah. All right. Our females.
Right.
I'm sure we all got the same.
We probably do. The order may vary a little bit, and our dark horses will probably be, well, they may be similar. I don't know.
All right. Who wants to go first? Or we'll talk about where does everybody have low?
I've got low number 1. Low 1, Joe. Low 1, Joe 2.
Joe and low and 1, 2.
What?
Low and Joe 1 and 2.
Low and Joe and Becca.
Yeah, and then Becca number 3. And I just because Becca's not fully back into the swing yet, but she's getting there. She could pop it. It's going to be good weather. It's a good course. So she could. It would not surprise me at all to see her win again. She is a former champion.
Oh yeah, yep. When she won in 2019 with a 1905, but she did 4th place at the Peace River 50K last month. So that was impressive.
I don't have her on the podium just because I didn't see a whole lot on ultra, for this year.
Yeah.
But I had somebody I don't think that's ever run 100, Courtney Green, as a dark horse 3rd place.
Yeah, I looked at Courtney.
She seemed like she's pretty fast, and so I just kind of took a gamble there.
I'm going with Nicole Amberster.
All right.
Number 3.
Finish. Heck yeah, she's going to finish.
Yeah.
She is as awesome of a human as you will ever meet.
She's something else. I'll tell you what, if you ever run me 200, with
The squirrel's got Andy's wiring again.
Yep. Andy said he thinks he's going to get 3rd place, and then work the aid station on Sunday.
all right.
I'm looking at her. I didn't realize.
Now I had Nicole as a dark horse,
Yeah,
so I'm putting her up there at the top, but not in the top three. But
she
I'll,
just surprised me. I didn't realize her age.
Nicole, how old is she?
I don't know if I
Like
want to
40.
say what.
She's like
40?
40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
41. I thought she was in her
40.
Yeah, I had her on my
late
podcast
20s.
one time, and she told me, but I forgot. But I'll never forget seeing her last year with that little unicorn thing on,
You
and
might.
she smiled. She smiled every single step.
Yep.
You got to love that because it's hard to smile sometimes when you get in the pain cave. But I don't know if she ever got there.
Man, Andy, you guys are going to have a party out at that Cowboy 200. You're running the Cowboy 200, right?
Heck yeah, I am.
There's a huge group from Florida going out there.
I
She's
know.
Nicole's running it.
Florida, Florida is the most represented state right
Really?
now for the Cowboy 200. We have like nine runners going. Yeah,
Wow.
What is the date for that?
September
like
29th?
27th. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Uh,
it's the last weekend in September, but I think it starts on a Friday, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I was going to say I need to sign up to go crew some of those people because I've got a really slow summer, but I'm doing javelina, so I'll be doing long runs that weekend.
All right, so females, we all have Lo in there, and Joanne Fisher.
Right.
Um, I think uh, I think I think Joe has some unfinished business from her first finish. I think she's gonna run well. She paced me last year, so she does know the course a little bit. And I mean, she has one heck of a crew right there since he dropped out of the 100 mile. Very disappointed in that. So Luis will be crewing her. Um, so he's my pick for the furlongs. Uh, we didn't even pick the
Yeah,
furlong.
yeah. Good choice. I didn't even look at the furlongs. But we got to do dark horses. We got to do dark horses for females because I got a couple of good ones there.
I also
Uh,
have Candace McMacken in the top five too of the
yeah,
female.
I saw her and I looked at her results and all that, and I think she could do very very well. And I'm cheering for her. I just love it when the Canadians come down too. So I hope she does very well.
How many
She,
But I did
she's
not have her.
also
I only ranked the top three, and I didn't see Becca.
she's also doing cowboy.
Yeah, so because I saw she was doing cowboy. Yeah.
You got several Canadians coming down, Andy.
Heck yeah! It turns out it's cold in Canada in January. Our
Yeah,
51st state. Yeah.
I got one of my
Actually,
Fanny Barrett coming down. She's coming down to run, and she's one that convinced. She's coming down from Calgary, convinced Simon to come down, and then I had to convince Simon to come. We all ran together in the what was that thing I attempted? The Grand Slam. We all ran the Grand Slam together, so I put a lot of miles in with those guys. So it'll be cool.
Simon is a funny guy.
Yeah. He's looking forward to coming, so he's been asking me questions. So I've been trying to keep him up to date on everything. So we're looking forward to it. So it'll be a good race. So did you have any more dark horses, Andy?
yes. Rebecca Whitman. I mean, she could win it all. Um, she's one of my dark horses, and then Amanda Wilson's my other dark horse.
Anybody else
I've
have
got
any?
I've got some good dark horses
All
too.
right.
I've got this one here from the Miami area, Emily Daycock. Now she ran Miami, and I was down there attempting that race. I didn't do very well. And it took her almost 30 hours in Miami. But this young lady can run. She's got a superpower, almost like our friend Zach Bates. But I don't know, I don't know if you know who he is, but I don't want to go into the superpower. But uh, she's quite capable of doing something spectacular like sub 20 or something like that,
But
if
you
she's healthy. What
you
was that?
do know she's a Falcons fan, though, right?
She is, and a Georgia Bulldog fan. Yeah, big
Yeah,
time. And a Browns
yeah. So I
fan.
mean, I looked at Emily and I respect her and all that, but being a Falcons fan, just it she lost 2 spots.
I hear you. I'm surprised you let her in the race, Andy. You should the
Well,
wait list.
I think it was maybe Otter in the movie Animal House. We need the dues. We know she's really nice. She's a really nice young lady, and I want her to do very well.
Yeah, she is like at Phil Nem's race, El Gato Rebelde 12 hours. She got over 70 miles, I think, in that.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah. And so she's I think she had trouble. I think she may have gotten lost a couple of times in the Miami race is why it took her so long. And plus that was her first 100, and you know what happens in your first 100, everything. But she's capable of a big number if everything goes right for her.
Yeah,
Or
I
a
also
little
had her as well. Yeah, I had her too. I also
and
threw in Cheryl Shellhart and Marjolaine Boss.
Okay,
I also had Renee Yapel. I don't even know if she's still in the race. I guess she would have
she
withdrawn.
is. She's still in there, and I hope. Man, I really hope she breaks 24. That would just thrill me.
Yeah, she
That
is
would
a
thrill me, and
strong
it would thrill
runner.
me if Marjorie does too. But I don't. Um, I'm wrong a lot. I'll just say it will thrill me because those are two quality people there. Marjolaine and I have known each other for over 20 years.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, but I don't think speed is. I don't think either Marjolaine or Renee are particularly concerned with speed. I think they just want good
Yeah.
time. Good goal. That's
Sometimes that's all you need, just cruising.
kind of, and I hope Marjolaine's husband Tom comes out again this year because he was one of the best volunteers. If you guys, the guy that was calling out names and numbers at Aid Station 2, tall guy with kind of dreads, just but had this great booming voice. What a nice dude he was. I hope he comes out and volunteers again this year. I got to get in touch with him.
Right.
Did we mention Beth Ford?
I didn't hear anybody mention.
No. He was top 10 last year at long haul, and she must be training well because she's running the Triple Crown at 200s.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So
Uh,
this is a training race.
yeah, and she's up there in Georgia, Alpharetta, Georgia. So, uh,
Been forward.
I think what'd she run last year? 26 hours out there at long haul, 26:17. So, and you only get faster every year. You get faster out there.
Shout out to Nikki Martell too. She is setting them up and knocking them down now too. She's she's up there in probably what double digit 100-miler finishes now.
Yep, yep. And she's going after her. She's on the going after her fifth.
Is she?
Yep,
Good for her.
yep. She's on there. She's going after number 5. So there's a good group. You got Bruce Warner out there,
Go
Mark
Bruce.
Palmer,
Go.
uh, Jessica Sheffield, Jason Kumlin,
Yeah.
John Rigetz, Nikki Martell, Connie, how do you say it, Colita out of Ohio, and Laura Gonzalez, all going after
Yep.
it. Yeah, Andy's just gonna
I,
be handing belt buckles. He's losing money on this race.
I have when I first got into ultra running, there's this Facebook group Sunday nights that's trail and ultra runners in recovery. And there's a good little group of those people that are coming down from all over the country to run in the race. There's one from Montana, or two. I think it's two sisters from, at least one of them lives in Montana. Her sister may live in Minnesota, but there's Phil is coming from Palm Coast area. Joe knows Phil. He's done a couple of skunk ape races. But anyway, it's a good group that's coming down for that. Another guy named Andy that's coming down from, I want to say, Illinois. And it'll be good to see those people. Good people. I don't know how fast any of them are, so they may. I know the guy, Andy, has sub 24 at Hennepin, but I don't know how long ago that was.
Well, Andy's giving them the perfect course, the PR out there next week.
I sure am.
Everybody.
You guys are gonna love it. Marty, you're not even gonna be like the same for you guys have so much. I'm happy.
And you got a new PR bell that you can ring when you finish.
Yeah. Ooh, what a great idea.
Can we do the PR air horn?
I don't have an air horn, but I got bells.
Oh, I've got a marine horn. That thing is loud. Boat horn.
I like the air horn so everyone on the course can hear it.
We want to be invited back now. Come on now.
So I got to tell y'all what I did right before the meeting tonight. I'm looking to see what the temperature. It's 32 degrees here right now and dropping rapidly. So my new coach sent me out today for a 1 hour run with a sweat test to see how much fluid. So because she's going to tell me how much I need to drink during that race, and so guess what? When it's 32 degrees, I didn't sweat. I wore a whole lot of clothes, but I didn't sweat. I was so cold. But I did lose a pound or 1.2 pounds in a 1 hour run. So I guess that's what she wanted to know.
All right.
Good deal. So, all right. We'll see everybody Friday at Pack a Pickup. And
You know it.
dinner pot, was it pasta and pizza?
Pasta and pizza, yes.
Pasta and
Yep.
pizza. We are looking forward to it. So thank you guys for joining tonight, and look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Should be good.
All right. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
I'm sure that you all have a good time, and I am looking at 3 finishers.
You
That's what I'm
definitely
saying.
are. I am
Yes,
this year it is finish or ER for me.
Yeah, there you go.
There will have to be a bone poking through the skin, or I am not stopping.
Look, I want all 3 of you, particularly, I want all 3 of you to finish and finish feeling well. I'm just, I wish I was running with you. I really do, but I'm not. So
I'll have lots of KT tape on my knees, but I'll be running.
right. Thanks, guys.
All
All
right.
right. Take care.
I got a cake in the oven, so I got to go.
There you go. We'll see you
I
next
got a
week.
cake to eat.
All right. I do.
Heart bloating.
I'm leaving. All right.